Hey guys, this is Segef with Frontlinetactic, and today I kind of want to talk about some of the rumors and some speculation that I have for the new SCUM 0.6 update that's coming out. Now, everyone's super excited about the new vehicles, the motorcycles, the new armor, the armor that you can put on your vehicles, which all sounds really cool. And there's speculation that I have been talking with some of the people that I've been playing with on how that's going to affect the weight or the cargo capacity of your vehicles and all that. And there's been other YouTubers and stuff that I've heard talk about this. But one of the things that I'm really interested in is the medical system and how the medical system is going to impact your character. This is going to be nutrition as well as your ability to modify your stats via action, ability, and diet. So that's more of the science and nursing aspect of things that really interest me. And quite a few of you guys don't always see me dressed like this. I'm actually rarely dressed like this outside of these recordings. Give me a moment. I'll show you how I normally dress. This is how I'm often enough dressed. Stethoscope in hand, scrubs, and often put on gloves. I could go into full PPE, but that just seems excessive. So I kind of want to talk and speculate about some of the other issues that are going to be coming up with the game. And that the fact there's going to be poisonous materials. So one of the things I wanted to actually discuss is the use of a rebreather apparatus or respirator. That this might be an issue where there might be certain smoke bombs that we could potentially make or find, or that certain smoke bombs are actually going to cause your character to cough, which would then result in a decrease in your O2 stat, which would also affect a bunch of your other BCU performance. I'm also interested in seeing how this other diets and things like that is going to affect basically how everything works. Let's go back to our, there we go. All right. So one of the things I want to discuss was mushrooms, that there's going to be poisonous ones. Some of them are already labeled as poisonous, but all the ones that I have right here, I want to have as a visual for you guys so that you can see that these are all the edible ones. I did a little bit of research. So these are the ones that are going to be edible in the future. Granted, at the moment, all mushrooms are edible for now because the medical system and the poison system hasn't been put in yet. But rumor is that's coming up around the corner really quick. So I'm going to keep these open for you. You can look at all your dietary nutritions by holding control. And then that way you can see each one. If you need to read them all, go for it. And you can pause the video for this. This is all going to be super important for people to know and maintain, specifically if you want to get certain stats up or regulate certain stats. Nope. And then the last one, the big boy. These ones are actually one of my favorites. They're a great source of fat, protein, and some of your B vitamins and things like that. And those, you need your B vitamins to basically have energy. Sodium, you want to watch your sodium. I just chugged I ate like an MRE and like some bread and chugged a soda, so my stats were all wonky. And then these are all going to change with they did tweet a new format that they're going to be doing, so that's going to be interesting, and it's going to give you a bit more information than what is currently on the board. So for those of you guys that don't have any dietary background, it's going to help you guys out. But this is, again, not proper diagnosing or a substitute for any medical advice. This is purely speculation on how the game's going to work, so take that with a grain of salt. But general rule of thumb is sodium follows water and water follows sodium. So if your sodium gets out of whack, so will your water. And then all of these are your poisonous ones. And I did a little bit of research, and these two seem to basically do the exact same thing. They shut down the liver, and if the liver gets shut down, my speculation is that then your ability to process proteins will be disrupted, and that's going to cause to muscle loss. They also cause nausea and vomiting, which will then affect your salt, electrolytes, your potassium, magnesium, and your hydration, which is also going to give negative impact on your strength stat and possibly cause some overheating and things like that. Which, that's just basic nutrition, basic, I mean, you can Google that anywhere. But this is where some of the poisons that comes in with the speculation that sounds interesting and scary at the same time. Is this little guy right here has psychoactive properties to it, which will cause mood instability, mood changes, hallucinations, drowsiness, depression, sedative properties. And so that's where I'm wondering how that's going to play in effect. Because how is that going to visually impact the game? Because that one, this one doesn't so much have deaths attached to it, but it has some gnarly side effects attached to it that can, I'm guessing, greatly hinder your character, which would be interesting to then have it attack your awareness stat and possibly your dexterity. And I'm assuming running, maybe like you become uncoordinated because of the hallucinations that you'd be experiencing. So that's going to be really interesting to see these potentially be implemented as PvP weapons or additives to either like a smoke bomb or melee weapons. Specifically, I'm assuming, I'm not sure how they're going to add that because most of this stuff has to be ingested, so, or consumed in some way. So it's going to be interesting that if you're going to be able to poison someone's food supply or not, and if your medical stat is going to be used to detect it or apply it or fabricate it. I don't know. But among the servers and some Discord groups, there's been talk about that there's going to potentially be the ability to manufacture certain medications such as painkillers or antibiotics and things like that. So it's going to be really interesting about how in-depth the medical aspect of this gets. So one of my primary tips that I have for those that are coming out soon, let's grab our light and I will show you. I have some mushrooms over here, and I'll show you the best way to possibly pick your mushrooms so that you don't accidentally eat them. Because when you just walk up to a mushroom, you just have the concept to eat. Now let me drop the light, swivel it around. There we go. So we can see what we're doing. So see, it'll just say eat. If you hit it, your character will just start eating. So you don't want to eat any of it, because even then, look, I've already eaten some of it, even though I have some in my hand. So see, now it shows that I've eaten basically 2 helpings of this. So even accidentally eating one off the ground and stopping yourself, you have now ingested the mushroom, and that means you're potentially going to have the side effects, which then that does come in handy when you have the vomit option, if that even works. But otherwise, what I would do is when you see the option to eat, hold F and hit your pickup, and it will go right into your inventory. That way you can go and cross-reference that list that I provided you guys, or the 2 lists, to see if this guy is okay to eat. And this guy is actually absolutely okay to eat. I'll pick up the other one. While I'm here, may as well. Oh, come on, are they all gone? Yeah. Outside our home, we have strawberry bushes, so it's always really nice and an awesome place to get sugar and some carbohydrates, which are going to be an issue as the game releases. So guys, this is just a quick little blurb that I wanted to kind of talk about 6.0, or sorry, 0.6, and kind of keep that hype going for this new patch, because I'm super excited, and I'm just going to nerd out on the more sciencey medical aspect of this next patch. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Stay safe on the front line, and watch what you pick off the ground, and make sure you wash your hands. That's always a solid tip. All right.